Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bashem Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth. And this video is going to be a response to Chariots on Standby, with We Close, which was put up by our beloved brother, the elder brother in the camp, Bara, and his take on what happened last night. So I'm just going to use the steal from his video, maybe some sound bites from it as well, to explain the fleet of chariots that we saw last night. Men of the great millstone, and what I do know is that these things just appeared like out of nowhere, and it's almost like they were just coming out of a portal, one behind another in a straight line, So we're gonna get to that. And the most amazing thing is that while this was happening, we were way out in the burbs at one of the brothers' homes, having a good old time, just fellowshipping with the brotherhood. And this was the first time that we actually did, the feast of the Pentecost, all together as a camp. We're a huge camp, so we have to, set it up to when we're all gonna get together, because it's just so many of us. It's over 80 of us now, almost 100 brothers in this camp, man. But the brothers got a huge house with a guest house out behind the house with a great big old plot of land, and the Lord blessed the brother, older brother. He's newer brother in the truth, but he's been watching me for years. He told me he's been watching. That's what brought him into the truth. He was watching my old channel, mainly the Maccabean Spirit. But nevertheless, beautiful brother. But we're there, and we get a phone call because the brother Mahalaya from the head of the Kansas City camp is in town fellowshipping with us, because he's actually from Chicago, and his brothers are calling him. They're saying the same thing, and so after the mass. So the reason I got this on the film, this on the screen right now, is simply for the fact that as we're coming together, Esau's falling apart. That spirit of division and defeat is upon them, because you know what else I know? I know that the Edomite authorities saw it, and they may not speak on it, but I wouldn't be shocked if some of the footage showed up, somewhere. But I know that the Homeland Security or all these alphabet organizations, I forget the names, but I'm sure that they're monitoring, and all their defense systems of the radars, whatever it is that they all were put on notice. And it made me also realize that the way these things were moving and the way they were able to just do that and make no noise and appear and reappear and just disappear. They wouldn't just stop. They would just like light up and show up, and then they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And I lost count. I counted hundreds of them. Hundreds, and I lost count. I had to be at least 1,000 chariots, man. And meanwhile, while the Lord is bringing His men together and building up the faith, because brothers, like I said, brothers were there fellowshipping, when all this happened, and the brothers called, from Kansas City, and they had the same report. He said the brother said even some Edomites got angry that the brothers were celebrating at the chariot so madly, so passionately, that he actually took out his gun and started shooting up in the sky, like as if he was gonna shoot a chariot. Man, you Edomites are finished, man. But let's go to that image. This is Barra's video right here, and Salakia, let me try to block that shade and light behind me. Let's see what I can do. So I'm gonna read a few scriptures. Well, yeah. Clearly definitely would have been done better in the complete dark, but it's daylight now. I fell asleep, just woke up early in the morning. But as you see on the screen, these things just kept coming out in a straight line like that. And I think this might have been the second round because they came on a second time, because there was a couple brothers that got there late and missed it, and then they came through again, and a couple of brothers brought their children, so the little brothers and little sisters got to see it. It was just amazing. So everyone's faith was increased. But let me go straight to some scriptures, man. Straight to some scriptures. This is Zechariah is going to be the first scripture I read, because this is a curse unto Esau, man. All right? Actually, I take it back. I'll read that one last. I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra. Because, our conversation was wholly about making it and not making it, and brothers are sharing their, especially the newer brothers, and it's really built up their faith. And it brought us, many of us, me included, to tears, man. It was such a joyful occasion. All right, but this is 2nd Ezra 7:7, and it reads, the interest thereof is actually, we'll start at verse 6. And it reads, there is also another city, a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. And this is talking about the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on earth. All right? And it says, and the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like if there was fire on the right hand, and on the left deep water. So if you fell off this straight and narrow path, you drown in this deep water. Or if you fell off on the other side, you fall into fire. And the only path between them, even between the fire and water, so small that but one man could go there at once. All right, and that was a scripture that popped into my head and other brothers when I started thinking about this, because those chariots were in order. All right, and there was one larger chariot that seemed like it led them, and they all followed in order. All right, and it says, and if the city now be given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? We got to go through hell to get to this place, man. But the Lord showed us get that faith and that He got us, man. All right? He showed us that those of us who have faith that He got us. Because we had just, everything that led up to it was amazing. Because we had an Iscariah. I was with the Spanish speaking camp yesterday. Because I rotate between all the camps. We got 8 different camps now. Soon to be 9, because we're going to divide it up, and there's another brother who's ready for his own camp. So we're going to have 9 camps. So I was witnessing, and I try to rotate in between, between all the camps. And I was with the Spanish-speaking camp, and there was an Iscariah that came up as we were about to close, and we ended up going a whole extra hour, just with him, going back and forth, and he was a double-minded man, but he was clearly an Iscariah, clearly an Israelite, man. And he was getting it, but he wasn't getting it, and he just didn't have that faith. And he